Hi, my name is Lindsay Mason. I'm from Big Timber, Montana. I am a senior and will be graduating high school in May of 2014, and this is my video entry for the scholarship. And I chose to be doing the one on who my greatest influence was. Now, most people would probably say that their influence was, Martin Luther King Jr., or Nelson Mandela, or Gandhi, or Jesus, but mine is no one famous. It was simply a staff member at Acadia, Montana, which is a treatment center for adolescents in Montana, and where I was diagnosed with clinical depression and received treatment there. And my greatest influence there was a staff member named Kenny. Kenny was his job was more entitled as practically being a nanny, but he did so much more for me. He was more of a father figure to me, really. He even said that when he has kids, he hopes they turn out like me because I'm such a wonderful kid, I guess. He taught me so many life lessons. He taught me to be a better person, He taught me that, I'm worth value. Because I grew up, being, well, frankly, I was abused as a child for 7 years. And I was, especially emotionally and verbally abused, along with the physical. And I was brainwashed into thinking I wasn't worth anything, that, the world didn't care about me. And he taught me to love myself, which I still struggle with to this day, but I actually learned to, love myself and not to be, afraid of my inner demons. I don't fight the inner demons. We're kind of on the same side, and we're, it's like me, my inner demons against the world. And, he really was a father figure. Whenever I had night terrors and, all these horrible nightmares from the result of the abuse I suffered, he was always there for me. If I was ever looking at a picture of my father, who passed away when I was 5 years old, Kenny was, saying, and I would look at the picture and I would say, I wish, I wonder if he's proud of me. And Kenny would say, if you were my kid, I would definitely be proud of you. And these staff members, they're not really supposed to get too connected to the children, and just fear that it would mess with their treatment or somehow. And they're not allowed to play favorites. And I definitely think Kenny played favorites, and wishful thinking, I was his favorite, because he was just, he was Superman. And why he inspires me so much is he had a horrible childhood. He was shuffled between parents, aunts and uncles, grandparents. He established a horrible drug addiction. He just was really not in a good spot in his life. He actually was in juvenile incarceration until he was 18 and released. And from his experience of not having anyone to help him, that's what made him want to help other adolescents, other children. And one of the phrases he always said to me was, I'd rather teach you how to fish than fish for you. So basically meaning, I'd rather teach you how to deal with your problems instead of saying, okay, this is what you do with your problems. He wasn't telling me, okay, you need to love yourself. He taught me to love myself. And so that was the one phrase he's really stuck with me, was I'd rather teach you how to fish than fish for yourself. He was a man of great brilliance for such a young man. I mean, he was only 24, and he had so many life experiences, and he was so courageous to work in a treatment center for adolescents who were unruly and depressed and drug addicts. And he really did inspire me to become a better person. And so that man, Kenny, I haven't spoken to him in years, but he will always remain in my heart, and he will always be the main person who inspired me the most. So I would like to thank you for listening to this video, and I hope to hear back from you guys, and hopefully you might give me a shot at one of the 3 scholarships. Thank you again.